As days flew by, weary days of costume fittings and dialogue coaching, the unfamiliarity of true hard work with thought behind it, the repeated muttering of lines bored into memory, the delving into a complex character with a depth and passion that Nick worried secretly he did not possess, hiding his fears of inadequacy under a nonchalant facade, he chose to fixate on a woman he'd briefly encountered by sheer coincidence. Some small part of me admired his calm determination to plow forward, his refusal to share the burden of his anxiety with the only person he trusted, smothering his apprehension instead with dreams of a woman who'd scorned him, a woman who loved another, if only to prove that his seductive powers, as natural to him as breathing, had not deserted him. Nick's charm, when he meant it to be, was as unforced as it was devastating. Such a talent is inexplicable. You think you'll be impervious to its creeping, insidious power even as it invades your pores, irresistibly magnetic. It worked on Annette, less invulnerable to his charisma than Olivia, he tells himself, or perhaps she was simply a businesswoman, astute enough to have arranged this lunch. Or rather, Nick figured out to arrange it through Annette, plotting, beguiling, and determined. I try to imagine what Annette said to entice Olivia here today. But I was wrong. It wasn't Annette's cajoling that will bring her to this lunch. No, it was Olivier, her fiancé. She will be here because Olivier laughed. She heard his laughter over the phone from his hotel room in Hong Kong when she told him that Nick Muncie, superstar, was pestering her for a portrait. Heard him laugh at her stiff indignation. Heard him laugh at the prospect of how she could paint him, how she could demystify the icon, transfer the image so beloved by millions into the myth of her own design. "Do it," Olivier said. "It will be good for you." "But I don't like him," she told him. "He's a jerk. I don't like how he looks at me. He's so used to taking anything he lays his eyes on that I don't want to be part of his craziness." Olivier was still laughing. "Even more reason," he said. "He's already got you complètement folle, my darling, so throw that frustrated energy into your painting. I can just see him now, Monsieur Sex Symbol, trying to seduce you with his charm, and you telling him to va te faire foutre." She laughed then, relieved. "But I've still got a bad feeling about him." "Don't be silly. It will give me intense pleasure to imagine his egoism trying to invade your studio. I shall think of you when I'm rehearsing, you, my darling, you, and the most famous actor in the world, and you will think of me when you are looking at his face, knowing that I am laughing at the puncturing of his esprit. So do it for me." "Well, I'll think about it," she said, sighing, "but only because you ask. And if it goes wrong, it will be entirely your fault, and I hold you completely responsible. Then you'll be sorry." "Say it again." "What?" "You'll be sorry." "Why?" "Because it sounds sexy." "You're crazy." "Yes, crazy without you." "Does this mean you miss me?" "Horribly." "Likewise." "I must go now." "You're tired." "Very." "Is it going well?" "Very." She sighs again. She cannot help it. "Well, sleep tight. Je t'embrasse." "Darling," he said, and hung up. We are at our usual table in the back, and Nick is in a state of unsurpassed impatience, the signs of which, a Nick shaving, a tap of his boot on the floor, his hands ruffling his hair, making the ladies lunching sigh with frustrated pleasure, imagining how much they'd like to do that very thing with their glossy polished nails, are remarked upon and registered silently only by me. I have never seen him made anxious like this by a woman before. It alarms me, this obsession, because it is growing, here a tiny weed, needing only the